Hey y'all, we are going to be making this really cute mermaid style sleep sack today for your little mermaid. To get started, I've got a link down in the description and I need you to go over to that link, grab your pattern, cut out your pieces, and then I'll meet you back at the camera to show you how to sew it all together. Okay, now that you've got all the pieces cut out, let's go over what you should have from the pattern. You should have 2 of the tail pieces cut on the fold. You should have 2 front pieces, and they should be mirror images of each other. 1 back piece that was cut on the fold. 1 zipper shield, 1 zipper, and 1 snap tab. So we're actually going to start with this snap tab piece. So I'm going to move everything else kind of out of the way here. And let's take a closer look at that. All right, what we want to do with the snap tab here is we are going to fold it right sides together, and then we're going to sew down these 2 open ends, and we're going to leave the short side unsewn, and then we're going to turn the whole thing right side out. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I will meet you back at the camera to show you what the next piece of assembly is. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've sewn the snap tab. I used 1/4 inch seams on this part, and then I added a little piece of fusible interfacing to the middle just for some reinforcement because we don't really want this piece to stretch. So now I'm going to turn it right side out, and there we go. I'm going to use this now in the next thing that I'm assembling. So I've got the left front piece here, and what we're going to do next is we're going to take the zipper and we're going to apply it right side down, right sides together with the front, and then we're going to take the zipper shield, fold it in half, right sides together, and stitch right across one of those short ends. And then this has been turned right side out as well. And I want this to extend all the way down to the bottom of the zipper and be about a 1/2 inch from the neckline on top. I'm also going to take the zipper tab here, and this is, or sorry, the snap tab. This is going to get inserted between the zipper and the zipper shield on the outside. So let me take a second here and I will show you so that you can double check that you got it right. So you want the zipper tab to come across because it's going to cover the top of the zipper and keep it away from the baby. And then you want your zipper, and then you want your zipper shield, and that is all going to be sewn together with the front. Use a zipper foot to sew right along here. Okay, I've gone ahead and sewn that. Here's the zipper shield, and then if we fold it under, there's the zipper, and here is the snap tab that's going to cover that zipper to keep these edges away from the baby. Now, I do want to mention that if you get any of these little puckers like this, here are things that you can do to help. You can lessen the presser foot tension on your machine, set it as low as it will go and still feed the fabric. You can put several pins you can kind of hold in front and behind the needle when you're stitching. But even then, it's likely that you're going to get a couple of these puckers because you are sewing 3 layers of knit to a woven zipper. And when you sew woven against knit, if you don't have the knit against the feed dogs, which you can't in this application because it is a sandwich, the side that is against the presser foot will want to pucker like that. The good news is that you can't see it on the outside of this, and you can't even see it on this side. It's only visible from the inside of the garment, and it doesn't affect the function. So don't stress if those happen to you. The next thing that we need to do is we're actually going to fold this. We're going to put the zipper shield out of the way. I'm folding it out under the way. I am moving the snap cover out of the way. In fact, I'm going to pin that so it doesn't get back in my way. And then you need to get the other side of the front. And I'm going to match this. I'm going to make sure my neckline edges are even. And then I'm going to match this with the zipper. And I'm going to add a pin. And this pin is kind of just a placeholder. Because like I said, when you're sewing a woven to a knit, you want the woven against the presser foot and you want the knit against the feed dogs. So I actually want to sew it this way. And I want to make sure my shield is out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and pin it from this side. Okay, once that is all pinned in place, you're going to use your zipper foot again, and you're going to stitch right along here, and then I will meet you back at the camera and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've sewn the zipper to the other side of the front, and now if we open it all up, lay it flat, here's what we've got. We've got the top up here with the snap tab to cover up that zipper, and we've got the zipper and it goes down to the bottom here. And so what we need to do now on the bottom is we need to put one of the tail pieces right sides together with the bottom, and we're matching up these seam allowances down here at the bottom, and we are going to stitch right across there. So we're going to do that on the front, and we're going to do that on the back piece, stitching right across there. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will meet you back on camera to show you what the next step is. Okay, the tails are sewn on. So I've got the tail here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place the back and the front right sides together, and I'm going to match up all along the edges of the tails. I'm going to match these seams. I'm going to match the side seams here and the shoulders up there. Stitch across the shoulders and then match up the side seams, and you're stitching down the side seams, stop with your needle here and turn, and then go around the tail. Again, stop with your needle and turn at the point, around the other side of the tail, stop with the needle and turn, and then back up the side seam. Use a stretch stitch for all of these stitching. You can use a serger or a zigzag stitch or a stretch stitch on your machine. And in fact, I'm going to link a video at the end of this video to point you to some other stretch stitches that you might consider using. But go ahead and do that, and then let's meet back on camera for the finishing step. Okay, I've gone ahead and sewn all those seams, and now it is time to turn this right side out. I'm going to go ahead and unzip it because that will make it easier to turn. And there we go. Now that I've got it turned right side out, I'm going to go ahead and zip it back up. And let's talk about how we are going to finish this. I'm going to turn this, so we're going to concentrate up here at the top because we need a hem on these things. And what we're actually going to do is we are going to just be turning and folding this once to the wrong side, about 1/2 inch, and then just top stitching that. Now, a couple of things that you could do to do this knit hem, I'm going to actually link a video at the end of this with some knit hems, and I would suggest using a twin needle if you have one. A cover stitch machine if you have one is really nice. That's actually what I'm going to use here. Or you can just use a zigzag or a stretch stitch if that's all you've got. It's perfectly functional to do so. And you also may want to press this. And I'm going to do the same thing on the armhole edges as well. Just go ahead and fold those under, and then we're going to pin and hem. And there you go. That's all going to be stitched down. And then the final thing I'll do is I'm going to hand stitch a snap and the other side of the snap onto this. Or if you have like a snap press, you can do it that way. But that way I will have a snap so that this can get snapped right over. Let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you back on camera. Okay, I've gone ahead and I hand sewed in the snap here, and as you can see, I hemmed the armholes and neckline, and that means my sleep sack is all finished.